E.N.D here, day 5 for the spoilers of Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. Today we're going to see the last few cards spoiled for Commander 2020, all 5 pre-constructed decks, they are fully spoiled, going to see the last few cards, and also going to see some cards spoiled also for the main set of Ikoria. Let's start with the first card, Command Tower, staple in Commander, you add 1 mana of any color of your Commander's color identity. Commander Sphere 3, add 1 mana of any color in your commander identity, you sacrifice, you draw a card, and then we have Soul Ring for 1, you tap and you add 2 colorless. Animist Awakening X and 1 green, this is a reprint, reveal the top X card of your library, put all lands cards from among them on the battlefield tapped and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. It has Spell Mastery, if there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, untap those lands. Astral Drift, 2 and 1 white enchantment. Whenever you cycle Astral Drift or cycle another card while Astral Drift is on the battlefield, you may exile target creature. If you do, return the creature to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, cycling 2 and 1 white. Eternal Dragon, 5 and 2 white. It's a 5/5 Dragon Spirit, flying for 3 and 2 white. You return Eternal Dragon from your graveyard to your hand, activate this ability only during your upkeep. It has also plane cycling, which means that if you pay 2, you discard this card, you search your library for a plane card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Dismantling Wave, 2 and 1 white. It's a sorcery, for each opponent destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that players controls. Cycling 6 and 2 white. Whenever you cycling it, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Herald of the Forgotten, 6 and 2 white, it's a 6/6 cat beast, flying. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, return any number of target permanent cards with cycling ability from your graveyard to the battlefield. Avenging Handbonder, 3 and 2 white, it's a 3/3 human warrior, double strike. When it attacks, put a double strike counter on another target attacking creature. Vitality Hunter, 3 and 1 white, it's a 3/4, it's a nightmare, it has lifelink for X and 2 white, it has monstrosity X. If this creature isn't monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. When it becomes monstrous, put a life counter on each up to X target creature. Crystalline Resonance, 2 and 1 blue, it's an enchantment. Whenever you cycle a card, you may have Crystalline Resonance become a copy of another target permanent until your next turn, except it has this ability. Surly Pegosaurus, 3 and 1 red, it's a 3/3, it's a Badger dinosaur. Whenever you discard a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever you discard a land card, create a treasure token. Whenever you discard a non-creature, non-land card, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Lava Bring Floodgate, 3 and 1 red, it's an artifact, you tap for and you add 2 red. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the players may put a Doom counter on Lava Bring Floodgate or remove a Doom counter from it. Then if it has 3 or more Doom counters on it, sacrifice it. When you do, it deals 6 damage to each creature. Fireflux Squad, 3 and 1 red, it's a 4/3, it's a haste. Whenever it attacks, you may exile another target attacking creature you control. If you do, reveal cards from top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped and attacking, the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Slippery Bogbonder, 3 and 1 green, it's a 3/3 human druid, it has hexproof, it has flash. When it enters the battlefield, put a hexproof counter on target creature, then move any number of counters from among creatures you control onto that creature. Fluctuator, this is another reprint, very strong card. 2 cycling abilities, you activate, cost up to 2 less to activate. I will also do a video about Fluctuator because obviously this card was quite expensive. Now with the reprint, the price will go down. Twinning Staff, 3 artifact, if you would copy a spell 1 or more times, instead copy it that many times plus an additional time. You may choose new target for the additional copy. 7, you tap, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new target for the copy. Cryptic Trilobite XX, it's a 0/0. Enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. You remove a +1/+1 counter from it and you add 2 colorless. Spend this mana only to activate abilities, and for 1 you tap and you put +1/+1 counter on it. Basically, if this hits the battlefield with a 2/2, you can repeat this process multiple times. Now, Fierce Guardianship, 2 and 1 blue. It's an instant. If you control a commander, you may cast the spell without paying its mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. This is a very strong card. It's very similar to Force of Will. Obviously, Force of Will counters any type of spell. This one counters only non-creature spell, but this is a very strong spell because this can be casted without paying its mana cost if you have your commander on the battlefield. Nissa Steward of Elements, this is a reprint, it's a mythic. And also we have the Locust God, this is also a reprint from Hour of Devastation. Now, we're in Ikoria main set, go for blood, 1 and 1 red, sorcery, target creature control fights target creature you don't control, it's a cycling 1. We have 3 particular cards, they are a story. The first one is Forbidden Friendship. For 1 and 1 red, you create a 1/1 red dinosaur creature token with haste and the 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Basically here we have a story where we have a soldier and a dinosaur and they begin a friendship together. Capture Sphere for 3 and 1 blue, it's an enchantment hour, says flesh, enchanted creature, it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Here we see the soldier and the dinosaur that have been captured with the sphere. And the last but not least in our story, Cathartic Reunion for 1 and 1 red is a sorcery, essential cost to cast the spell, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards and then draw 3 cards. And here we see finally that the soldier managed to free his friend dinosaur and they are going to live happily ever after. Thwart the enemy, 2 and 1 green, it's an instant, prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn by creatures your opponent control. Evasion Protocol, 1 and 1 blue, it's an enchantment. Whenever you cycle a card, you may pay 1. When you do, exile target artifact or creature you control and then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Boneyard Lurker, 2, 1 black and 1 green, Nightmare Beast, it's a 4/4, has mutate for 2 and 2 hybrid mana between black and green. Whenever this creature mutates, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If you don't know how to play Mutate, I did also a demonstration how to play the Mutate mechanic. Cunning Knight Bonder, 2 hybrid mana between blue and black, it's a 2/2 human rogue, it has flesh. Spells you cast with flesh cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. I think it's a very strong card. Lord Drakis, 1 and 1 blue and 1 red, it's a 2/3 lizard beast, has mutate for 2 hybrid mana between blue and red. Whenever this creature mutates, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Savai Thundermane, 1 red and 1 white, it's a 3/2 elemental cat. Whenever you cycle a card, you may pay 2. When you do, Savai Thundermane deals 2 damage to target creature and you gain 2 life. Swelling Bite, 1 white, it's a sorcery, it is your cost to cast the spell, tap an untapped creature you control, exile target tapped creature, put a +1/+1 counter on the creature tapped to cast the spell. Sea Dasher Octopus, 1 and 2 blue, it's a 2/2 Octopus, mutate for 1 and 1 blue, it has flesh. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Frontland Philidar, 2, 1 green and 1 white, it's a 3/5 cat beast, vigilance. Creatures you control with vigilance have 1 tap target creature. We have also here the extended art version. Remember that extended art version cards can be found only in the collector booster box. These were the spoilers for today, day 5. Follow the arrow, stay tuned to my channel for more and more interesting news about Magic the Gathering and more spoilers about Ikoria Lair of Behemoths.